Hello, I'm Pastor Joe, and welcome to 2-Minute Tuesdays Together. We've been talking for the last several weeks about how to intentionally grow and nurture your faith. And I think that is something that is so important for every Christian. I don't care how long you've been a Christian or how deep you think your faith walk is, we can all go deeper. We can all grow closer to Christ and be more faithful, if you will, to what His calling is. Today I want to talk about the importance of prayer. All through the Gospels, Jesus invites us to pray and He encourages us to pray. But there's two verses in particular in the New Testament I want to look at. Colossians 4:2, we are told to devote yourselves to prayer. Which reminds us that prayer is an activity. It is something that we need to be doing, we should be doing. And then in 1 Thessalonians, we read, pray continually. This is an invitation to make prayer a central and integral part of who we are. It's an invitation to converse continually with God and to be very intentional about that part of our prayer lives. And so I think we need to take seriously these two scriptures, because these are commands to pray continually and to devote yourselves to prayer. They're not requests, they are commands. And so what that means is it doesn't matter how busy you are. It doesn't matter how much of your time is taken up with your kids or with work or with hobbies. We're not exempt from this. This is something we are to be doing. And if you really are serious about growing in your faith life, then you're going to make prayer an important part, an essential part of that growth. And so I want to talk today about how do you pray, because sometimes people just say they don't know how to pray. And so I want to offer some things on that. So let's get 2 minutes on the clock and let's go. For many people, prayer comes naturally. But there's a lot of people, a lot of adults that I meet with and have talked with who just aren't comfortable praying. They just really, I think if you boil it down, they don't know how to pray, or they think they don't know how to pray. Now, at its core, at its basic, prayer is just talking with God. And there's no right or wrong way to do it. So one of the ways you improve your prayer life is by praying. So set aside some time each day and pray. Start with 5 minutes, okay? Set the timer, pray. If you don't know what to pray for, pick up your church's bulletin. There's going to be a list of prayer concerns, I bet. Pray through that. Or pick up the newspaper or watch the news. There's all kinds of things where we can turn and we can find crises and problems and things to pray for. And sometimes just praying and giving thanks to God is a part of that. But you get better praying by praying. Another thing you can do is, last time we talked about reading Scripture, is after you read Scripture, think on it, reflect on it, meditate on it, ask questions, and do that in the context of a conversation with God, and ask God to speak to you and make it more clear so that you can grow in it. Another way to grow better at prayer, to learn how to pray, is to pray with other people. Get with someone you know and you trust and have some prayer time with them. Listen to prayers online. When you go to worship, don't check out when the pastor starts praying. Listen to how they're praying. Get books on prayer. I've got a couple of books that I look at regularly and read prayers because that helps me in my own prayer life. I've got a number of videos on prayer, different ways to pray, so I would encourage you to do that. But the bottom line is you need to be about prayer if you really want to grow your spiritual life. Martin Luther said, "As it is the business of tailors to make clothes and of cobblers to mend shoes, so it is the business of Christians to pray." So let's take that seriously. Let's take seriously the commands and the invitations to pray, and let's make it an essential part of who we are. And look, I hope you find this helpful. Before you leave, take time to hit like, share this video with others, and if you haven't, please take a moment and subscribe to my channel.